Thanks for joining us for the Call Creator Plus webinar presentation today. My name's Ryan and I'll be walking you through this. Should take about 15 or 20 minutes and then we'll have a question and answer period at the end. Okay, let's get right down to business. First, I want to mention that everybody attending today gets a $100 discount. That's going to be good through the end of the day today. You'll get a promo code at the end of this webinar. You're going to learn about a product that delivers between 75 and 500 opportunities per week, depending on the package that you choose. And you're going to learn that we see a verified ROI of 1.05 to 2.68 times when we survey existing customers. You may also learn something about your own agency performance and some shortfalls and maybe some things that you're doing right currently and some things that you need to improve on. And you're going to see all our cards today. We're going to lay everything out for you on how we operate, how our company is structured, and how we get you these leads and the magic behind it. So a little bit about who we are. Our CEO, his name is Ben Pappas. He's a former captive and a former independent agent with 15 years experience in the industry. He recently sold his book and then saw a need for a product like the one that we offer and started our company. That being said, about half of our staff are licensed insurance agents. Now, you're not going to find that anywhere with any marketing or lead company in the industry. And we're a new company. We have no problem saying that we're a new company. We started operating in the middle of December of 2013. Our technology is new, it's proprietary, but it's fully tested and working. And we're located in Silicon Beach. For those of you who haven't heard of what that is, that's a Southern California version of Silicon Valley. We're in Venice, right near Santa Monica, right down the street from Google, Yahoo, and Oracle. Now, what we want as a company is we want about 100 customers running each week. We have self-imposed growth limits, so we don't want to do any kind of rapid expansion or anything like that. We're not looking to dominate the market or be the biggest guy on the block. We want a comfortable group of customers that we have a relationship with and that we can service. We're looking for the right kind of clientele. We want to make sure that our clients fit our product. We have a unique product. It's certainly not for everybody. It's only applicable to certain kinds of agencies and certain mentalities, so that's who we want to work with us. We're looking for the long-term relationships, and we want to have happy employees and a happy work environment at our office. Okay, so let's get into some critical info and some disclaimers here. We're going to tell you right away that this product requires you stepping out of your comfort zone, and that's for the better. A lot of guys have gotten comfortable with silver platter leads, lead companies, live transfers, things like that. This is a completely different nature, but once you use this product, you're going to learn something about yourself and bring yourself to the next level of sales. So you cannot treat this product like it's any other lead service. It will result in failure. This is a commercial grade telemarketing system, and you need to enter it properly in order to have success, and we're going to help you do that. It is a completely wild experience. You've never seen anything like this. We guarantee it. Your agents will go home absolutely exhausted every day. You will learn a great deal about yourself and your agents. Your agents will learn about themselves, how they've been conducting sales conversations up to this point, and how to improve that. And the knowledge you'll gain in using this product will be with you forever. It will be in every phone call you make after you use the product, whether you use it with us or with anybody else. You're really going to take a step forward into sales progress and into sales training. You'll graduate into the next level. Okay, this is not for grandpa. This is not the grandpa way of selling property and casualty. This product is designed for the new way of doing so. Face-to-face really doesn't cut it anymore. And of course, you'll have some face-to-face, but you got a lot of competition out there. And this really caters to the commoditization of the insurance product. It's a high volume operation that caters to the price shopper and the impulse buyers, the same people that all of those advertisements on TV are catering to, the Super Bowl ads cater to, and so on and so forth. So we're going to battle the likes of Esurance, Geico, so on and so forth to even further the commoditization of this product and get a ton of people on the phone who have a shot at saving some money, and we're going to send them over to you. All right, so what's our special magic trick that makes this work? In essence, we lease you telemarketers on a weekly basis, either 2.5, 5, 10, or 15 telemarketers. They are each using our invention called Perfect Pitch, which are recorded voice samples enough to be able to conduct a conversation to raise interest for insurance. Now, I know this sounds absolutely crazy, but it works great. We get basic information and a basic indication of interest level, and if they pass the test, we're going to transfer the call right into your office. So we make it sound and we set everything up so that it seems like we're calling from your office, opening for your insurance agents in the other room. This is very similar to a stock or commodities broker sales model, but with our new technology on top, it makes it really effective. So we call about 75% mobile phones. We reach a lot of people. Now, I know this sounds a little crazy, so we've prepared a sample call here for you. And if you give me a second, I'm just going to play that.
Hi, this is Mary. I'm calling about your auto insurance payment. The new 2014 insurance laws will significantly reduce your payment. Do you have a few minutes?
Are you real, Mary, or you're recording?
There is a live person here.
Okay, Mary. Couldn't tell there for a second.
Well, this call is just to let you know that the new 2014 insurance laws will significantly reduce your auto insurance payment. Is that okay?
Well, that's fine. Good.
Great.
Always glad to hear it.
Let me ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
What is your first name?
Matt.
Can you repeat that?
Matt, M-A-T-T.
Have you had one or more DUIs in the last 7 years?
No.
Good. Is your driver's license currently active?
Yes.
Fantastic. Are you currently insured?
Yes.
Who is your current insurance company?
State Farm.
And your zip code is?
60047.
Great. And when we do save you some money, would you be willing to switch in the next 30 days?
I don't know.
Are you
Let's
sure? I just want to let you know I just saved the last person I spoke with $460. It really only takes a few minutes with one of our licensed agents.
Okay. Well, tell me how much I'm going to save.
Well, that's a good question. Unfortunately, I am new here, so let me get you to someone who can answer that question much better than I can.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay. I'm going to get a licensed insurance agent on the line with us to finalize everything. Hang on for just a moment. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. They'll be with us shortly.
Insurance services.
Hi there. I have an interested insurance client on the line, and I just wanted to make sure I got you both on the phone together. I'm going to disconnect now, okay? Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Lauren. What's your first name?
Hi, Lauren. My name's Matt, M-A-T-T.
Okay, so pretty interesting, huh? Okay, so as you heard on the call, we call it the open. We get the name, the zip code, their current carrier. If you choose filtering on your account, we'll ask them if they've had any DUIs, if they're currently licensed, and make sure that they're currently insured. Interest indications are the primary goal here, not necessarily the details. We'll ask questions like, would you be willing to switch to a new carrier, and so on and so forth. Now, you heard one recording, but we have a couple different types of conversations that we'll use. We're always kind of testing them and changing them around to find out what works best, and we'll get into that here in just a little bit. Okay, something really important that we need to cover here is the law. We'll start by telling you that we pay lawyers a ton of money to ensure that we're compliant, and we do an audit every couple months to certify that we're compliant with the Federal Trade Commission laws, the National Do Not Call Registry, federal communications laws, and state laws. There's a lot of different agencies that govern telemarketing, and we're compliant with them all. And then together, meaning you and us, we maintain an internal do not call list per law, which is different than the national do not call registry. And all cell phones are manually dialed per law as well. And that's how we remain compliant. And if anybody has any more questions about more details about the law, feel free to ask them in the question and answer session. All right, so let's talk about what you're all thinking about, and that's the money and the cost. So this is a flat rate deal package. You get 5 telemarketers or 2.5 for the really small agencies for a week, and that costs $13.95 weekly basis. That's 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, for a total of 150 man hours of marketing per week. There's no commitment with the product. There's no bulk discount, no contract, no auto billing, nothing like that. It's a simple flat rate deal. You pay for the week you want to run again. You pay for that week when it becomes time. A few comments here about how we accept payment. We have a special agreement with our merchant account, which is that when we show them that you've paid with a check for the first 2 weeks, then they'll allow us to run credit cards with you for the life of your relationship with us. And also, we have a generous incentive. For those of you that can refer clients over, if you send us 3 new clients that sign up within 30 days of each other, we'll give you a week for free. So just a brief criteria here about how orders are placed. So all orders must be in by Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific time, and any cancellation to that order must be done within 24 hours, so by Friday at 5 o'clock Pacific time. It's as simple as that. So let's discuss the fine print here. This is a lease. It's not a sale. We're leasing you, in essence, employees for a week at a time. So therefore, campaigns can't really start or stop or change in the middle of the week. It's your responsibility as the client to check weather, events, local issues, things like that that may negatively affect your campaign or that may positively affect your campaign. So we pay our call creators, that's what we call our telemarketers, in advance and promise them and guarantee them a job for a week. So that's why our product really is not refundable, but at the same time there's no commitment because you're really only paying and buying, for that 1 week. If we screw up, we'll make it right. So it's rare, but it happens. We are a technology-based company. Internets go down, power goes out, there's bugs in code, stuff malfunctions every once in a while. And in any case where there's like a widespread outage, we'll make it right for you. We'll either add an extra day on to your campaign or give you a rebate or a prorated portion for the amount that you missed out on, depending on the event. Okay, so we are all subject to the gods of marketing, and we can't guarantee the amount of calls that you'll get any specific day. Every area responds differently and for a whole bunch of different reasons. If you're a low performing area and you're getting less calls than the group average, we may add a 6th call creator or a telemarketer to your campaign at no additional cost because we want you to really perform. And so every week we hire a couple extra telemarketers just to assign to campaigns that may be underperforming. But if you have 5 telemarketers, you can pretty much bank on about 25 to 35 calls per day. And of course, you may get one day where it's 18 calls, but you may get another day where it's 40 calls. So it bounces around. It really just depends on the general public and a whole bunch of other factors that are outside of our control. Remember the golden rule that you're going to get the results as if you operated this out of your own office. And if you did operate this out of your own office, you would see that too, that you're not going to get an exact amount of calls every day. Certain things function differently than others. Fridays are different than Mondays. Fridays before a holiday are way different than any other day, so on and so forth. So it's really kind of up to the general public on how your campaign will respond on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so let's talk about the value. We market ourselves and position ourselves that our product is 1/3 of the cost as if you were to hire 5 telemarketers in your office full time. There's no learning curve, no furniture to buy, no burden with payroll taxes or health insurance or anything like that. And there's no employee drama, no sick days, none of that stuff that we all know we have to deal with when hiring an employee body. Okay, let's talk about the results. So the average agency using 5 telemarketers will get around 150 opportunities per week. Now we call them opportunities because 80% are live calls. The rest are scheduled callbacks, or you were unable to take the call, so we scheduled a call back for you. In other words, it wasn't a live transfer. So 80% are live transfers. The rest are, in essence, just go and display on your call log for you to call back either at a scheduled time or at some point in the future. So our monthly audits, like we mentioned, our customers return an ROI of 1.05 to 2.68 times. So every month we'll randomly select a group of customers and then take a look at 3-week period. So their first week running and then the 2 weeks following on what they had closed from that initial week. And that's how we come up with these numbers. Now we've adjusted for the national average auto premium to be around $1,000. So your ROI may get adjusted depending on your area and a whole bunch of other factors like your sales ability and so on and so forth. And one important thing to remember, again, is that not every call is exactly perfect. You have to do some work to get them through the door. We're just handing off somebody who expressed a certain level of interest. So you really got to work hard because this stuff isn't delivered to you on a silver platter. You got work to do once the call comes through as well, right? So guys who really understand that get those higher ROIs. They understand how to bring those deals in, how to warm them up, how to work that impulse buy and turn it into a warm lead that's ready to go and ready to get a quote and ready to close. Okay, let's talk about the artificial intelligence that's built into our system. So each of you get an online call log that is a log of every call and every callback that comes in. A part of that call log has a call rating box where you're to rate the quality of the call, and then a separate column that's notes where you assign a priority level if you think they're going to close or if you're not competitive and they weren't interested or if you sold it. Our system learns about how you're filling this out. So it's a requirement if you become our client that you need to maintain this, rate almost every call, add the notes to every call, and add the status, because that's how we know to improve your product. When an agent refuses to do this, and we'll call you and remind you if you're not doing it. We have a big screen and we know who's doing it and how well, because that's part of the artificial intelligence. It's telling us what your feedback is, and then the computers make some automated decisions. For example, if we're running 2 or 3 lists for you simultaneously, the computer will figure out that maybe the third list is resulting in a lot of low priority calls, and so it will disable that list and then send us a warning and let us know, things of this nature. If we have an agent on your campaign that's maybe having a bad day or some problems at home, the computer picks that out and realizes that this agent is underperforming according to the group average, sends a human in our office a message to tell us to do something about it. But none of this can be done unless you are telling the system how the call was and what your experience was with it. So again, this is a requirement. We require that every client does do this. After a few warnings, the client may not be invited back if they're just not participating in the system. This, by the way, is more crucial in the beginning of your campaign, so we will really heavily regulate this for your first 2, 3, 4 weeks of running. After a while, it's kind of set and polished off enough where we'll relax a little bit on it, but we still expect you to fill out the call ratings so that we can find out what our overall stats are. Okay, so this product being so different, we realized early on that we would really need to train some agents to get up to speed, especially the ones that have not engaged in any kind of telemarketing activity before. So we will fully train you on this product without pointers or advice. Or a brief training session. You'll have a very, very hard time. We have group training webinars every Friday. It's required for newbies, new people running, and first timers. And we have private sales lessons and product training anytime you want for any agents in your office. Give us a call, say, hey, listen, my agents aren't doing so hot, they're not closing that much, they're having problems, and we'll say, okay, let's set a time, and we'll get them all on a conference call, and we'll run through a thorough training with them, question and answer, find out what they're struggling with. You could even call us and say, listen, my team's doing great, but I have this one guy, he's not closing, he's having a hard time, please help me with him. Send him on over and we'll set him straight. We'll show him how to work the system, and outside of the system, we'll show him just general sales terminology, sales tactics to greatly improve his closing ratio. That's part of what we do here, is a lot of training, not just on our product, but on insurance sales in general, and it's included completely free for anybody who's a customer of ours. Remember, most of us are ex-insurance agents, and we know sales really, really well. We've been on your side of the industry before, and so we could really help you out. All right, so let's talk about how we look at you and what you are to us. You are an investor in our product and our great development project here, and we use your money to develop the product, not to market. We have our own marketing budget that was set aside before we started, and again, we're looking for a limited amount of clientele, so we don't have a huge need to spend a lot of money on marketing. We're not trying to grow. So the dollars that you spend with us after overhead goes into the further development of this product. Clients that have been with us a while notice that every week the product gets better and better and better, and new features are added and added and added, which increases the success rate of the product. We are numbers people here, and that's what we're after, is to improve the numbers for everybody. So what you need to be is accepting of changes, development, experimentation. You're a shareholder with an opinion, and we need that opinion, and we need your advice. And a lot of times, if you suggest something to us, you'll see that change implemented if it's something that the overall client body would benefit from. Okay, so it's very important. Our lines of communication are open. You can expect that if you become a client of us, that we'll be in touch almost every day, if not every other day. Either we'll be calling you with some issues that we see that you could be doing better, or you'll call us with asking for some advice, so on and so forth. So we have a very close relationship. You'll end up only talking to 1 or 2 people within our company. Once your rep is your rep, he's your rep for life, and then we have our customer service girl, Lauren. You'll be getting very close to her. She'll call your agents, call you, talk to you about your account, check in all the time, see how it's going, and if you have any questions. Okay, guys, it's time to enroll. We're going to go into the question and answer period of the webinar. If you have any questions, you'll be able to ask them now. If you want to call in, go ahead and do that. Yep, all the guys are off the phone. They're ready to take your calls. And to redeem that $100 promotional code, go ahead and enter webinar 2014, all lowercase, no spaces, and I'll take $100 right off your order. Okay, so with that being said, let's start the question and answer period.